Hey, I'm Paul with rockoutfitters.com, here to show you the Kuat Sherpa 2.0. And here we have it in one of the color options it's available in. This is the pearl white with silver accents. So you can see here it has a very nice powder coat finish, gloss finish, with the silver metallic accent, as well as anodized silver stanchion on those hold down arms. This rack is constructed primarily using aluminum alloy, and it's very lightweight, weighing only 32 pounds, yet it can carry bikes weighing up to 40 pounds each. So I'll go over some of the key details with this. For starters, we'll take it from this deployed position and put it in the stowed position, and I'll just push this arm down. It's held in place under just the friction, and then I'll lower the front wheel cradle, which gives it a very low profile position, so that when I raise it into the stowed position, there's no contact between the rack and the back of this vehicle, even though this particular vehicle has a hitch that is inset underneath the bumper by approximately 3 inches. So most hitches are designed to be flush with the bumper, giving you ample clearance, but even in an extreme case like this, it still fits. So it's going to fit a very wide range of different hitch rear bumper designs. Okay, so while I have it in this stowed position, I'll go over some of the details about how it's connected to the receiver hitch. So I'll go ahead and remove it from the hitch and let you see the inner workings of this stinger. So inside here you have a wedge, and that wedge pushes this ball bearing into the corner of the receiver, giving it an effective anti-wobble both horizontally and vertically. Okay, so we'll show the operation of that. When you install this hitch, you have it in the stowed position, and then just set the stinger down onto the bottom ledge of your receiver, bring it to the vertical position, and begin sliding it inward. Now what we'll do next is use the hitch pin as a feeler. So I'm putting it through the hitch pin hole, and sliding the rack forward. And as I do that, the hitch pin will find the stinger hole and move on through. That way you don't have to use your eyes to see where the holes are aligned. You can simply use the hitch pin to act as a feeler. Okay, so next I will pull outward on it and begin tightening this knob. So the knob will be activating that wedge and pushing that ball bearing into the corner of the receiver hitch. So with it loose, you can see there's a fair amount of play, but then as I tighten it, that ball bearing will push into the corner, and now it's completely rigid both vertically and horizontally in that hitch for a very secure anti-wobble connection. Okay, so this rack includes locks, so we'll go ahead and lock the hitch pin. So in this case, this design allows for you to pre-lock this locking cylinder and then go ahead and cover up the keyhole, and now all I have to do is reach down and snap it into place, and I don't have to use the key to actually connect it on. So with that in place, you can't pull the hitch pin out, and of course you can't pull the rack out, and so that gives it the rack to the hitch a very effective theft deterrent. Okay, so now in this position we can show the lever that allows us to change the platform's position. So currently it's in the stowed position. If I want to put it into the deployed position, you can see these 4 ribs there. That indicates a point where I can use my foot to press it to release it from that stowed position, and then without touching it again, I just bring it down and it automatically snaps into the carrying position. I also have the ability to pull it from the top side and bring it down, and that angle is considered the access position. So even with 2 bikes loaded, it's possible to open up the rear hatch with bikes loaded for most vehicles. So let me go ahead and bring it back to the deployed position, and next we'll go ahead and load up a bike. So to do that, I will bring this ratcheting hold down arm out of the stowed position and into the carrying position and fully extended. I'll bring this front wheel cradle out of the stowed position, and then I'll come to the back here where we have the pivoting rear wheel tray and press the button to release the ratcheting strap. This is a very secure strap with a co-molded rubber to protect the rim and provide some grip. So here I have a bike with a 29-inch wheel. So this rack can accommodate a wide range of different wheel sizes and tire widths. So 29-inch is the largest. Of course, it'll accommodate road bikes, mountain bikes. It can also accommodate 20-inch wheels as well as 24-inch wheels with an adapter. So next I'll go ahead and bring this hook up, and I want to position the hook as close to the first point of contact without it actually touching. So I'll go ahead and bring that down into place. Once it makes contact, then we give it another firm grip and make sure it has a good firm attachment to that front wheel. Okay, next we'll come around to the back, and the nice feature of having a pivoting rear wheel tray is that it automatically adjusts to the angle of the wheel, and you don't have to make any adjustments to it. You simply set the tire down onto it and it pivots to align with the wheelbase. This can accommodate bicycles with all the way up to a 47-inch wheelbase. So I run that strap through, pull it down snug, and that's all it takes to load up a bike. Now there's also security for the bicycles as well. Security is handled through a braided steel cable, very difficult to cut, so it acts as a very effective theft deterrent. It's long enough in most cases to get around of course the frame, potentially the front wheel as well. And then you run the metal end through the loop end, and then here you have an easy connection point that you simply insert, and then in this case it was pre-locked, so it automatically locks. So you don't have to reach up underneath where the hitch pin is to lock it. You can lock it in a very easily accessible position there. So here you can see you have some excess. Now if you're carrying two bikes, you're not as likely to be able to get both wheels, but it's very likely you could at least get one wheel and certainly the frames of the bicycles, which is what's intended for this in order to act as a good theft deterrent. If your bicycles require additional security, you can always add additional security to it. So now at this point we'll go ahead and demonstrate how it's possible to access the back of the vehicle even with the bike loaded. So I'll go ahead and reach down and activate the lever, bring it down to that angled position. And here you can see, even in this situation where we have a hitch that's inset up underneath the bumper, along with a bicycle with extra wide handlebars, there's still clearance to open up that rear hatch and give you the convenience of being able to get gear in and out even if the bicycles are still loaded. Okay, from here I'm ready to put it back into the stowed position, into the carrying position. And from that point, I don't have to touch that lever. I can simply lift up at the best point of leverage, which is right here. I don't want to grab the handle itself because that will lift up. So I lift up right here at the front edge of this tray, and it comes up into that carrying position without touching that lever. So I'll go ahead and take the bicycle off. First I want to unlock it with one of the 3 keys that are provided. And these keys are all the same key, and they match both the lock on this tray as well as the lock for your hitch. So one key will operate all of them, and you're provided with 3 keys. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take the cable lock out of the way. And when I'm ready to detach the bike, I want to do everything in reverse. Before I release the front wheel holder, which would not provide any stability, I want to release this rear wheel strap. Now I can go ahead and hold on to the bike. This button right here is designed to be very ergonomic, so just with the strength of your thumb you can press it in, lift, and then bring it down out of the way, and off comes the bike. Okay, so very quick and easy to load and unload. I'll put it back in the stowed position, reinsert that, and now you're done. So those are all the key features of the Kuat Sherpa 2.0. I'm Paul with rackoutfitters.com. We thank you for watching. Please visit our site for complete details, pricing, and promotions, and we do appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.